All right, a lot going on, too, when it comes to our top story. America votes, wrapping up a busy day, mainly in the race for the White House.
Yeah, and it was a big night for front runners in both parties, meaning we are one step closer to making it official. This year will be the rematch of 2020's election. Former President Donald Trump winning 14 of the 15 states that went to the polls. Former UN Ambassador Nikki Haley only won Vermont.
And on the Democratic side, we know President Joe Biden won all 15 states voting yesterday, only losing the territory of American Samoa. We could drill down and look at state-by-state numbers here in Virginia. Here's how the vote shaped up. Trump taking about 63% of the vote, nearly double the total of his challenger, Nikki Haley. And as we take a look at the Democratic side, President Joe Biden, 88.7%, close to 90% of the vote there, ahead of the two long-shot candidates, Marianne Williamson and Dean Phillips, seeing little support there.
In North Carolina, Trump managed to get a bigger margin of victory over Haley, nearly 75%. Meanwhile, for Democrats, President Biden got nearly 90% of the vote. He was the only candidate on the ballot.
Now, delegates are still being awarded for the races as it stands, but if you look at the total numbers here, the former president, Donald Trump, now fewer than about 400 delegates away from officially locking up the GOP nomination. And on the Democratic side, we can take a look at those numbers. The president is less than 500 away from officially securing his nomination. Only 10 delegates have been awarded to another candidate or uncommitted. That sort of no preference vote there, as we've seen in a couple of states.
But, you know, we want the big picture. We think that context is really important here at News 3, so we want to bring in political analyst Dr. Eric Claville from Norfolk State University, joining us like you always do, giving the context and giving us some perspective on what all this means.
Yeah, obviously, Trump, Biden did very well, as we expected them to do. Is it safe to say we're out of primary season now?
Absolutely. This is day one of the general election campaigning. You'll start to see, as last night, former President Trump provided his victory speech. But this Thursday, President Joe Biden will deliver his State of the Union address. He'll also visit some battleground states, such as Pennsylvania. But not only that, but you'll start to see a lot of the major issues that each party will run on: immigration on the Republican side, women's right to choose on the Democratic side, and other issues as it relates to the economy and also the United States stance domestically and foreign. Now, immigration is going to play a major role, so you'll see each candidate and also the parties start to coalesce around a message that will galvanize their voters and get them as far in the polls as they can.
Yeah, that leads into what my next question was going to be. What do the results tell us about November?
Well, it tells us that it's going to be a tight race once again. We see where these candidates that are the projected winners of their party's nomination, these individuals are polarizing, to say the least. However, it really depends upon how do you get your base out to vote, and how will the independents view these two same candidates that they viewed just 4 years ago.
And I want to ask, too, what do these results mean for Nikki Haley and her future on the campaign trail? Is it a done deal at this point, or do you think she's still going to keep her hat in the race?
Well, mathematically, she has no chance of getting the nomination. If she continues to run, she's running on principle and probably a position within the party. So, again, she's done a phenomenal job getting the delegates that she's gotten on a shoestring budget, being that her funds have been cut to campaign. However, if she bows out now, I wouldn't be surprised, and I wouldn't be surprised if she also stays in.